So you can't hit the ball hard. You're not one of those baseline blasters who can just hack people off the court. Or if you try to hit the ball harder to match whatever your opponent is throwing at you, you're just missing the ball all over the place. In this video, I'm going to show you what other tactical measures you can use to throw your opponent off rhythm and create opportunities for you to put the ball away, even if you're not hitting the ball as hard. The first weapon that you have, if you can't hit the ball as hard, is to use the width of the court. Now, especially hard court players tend to blast the ball through the length of the court. I grew up on clay court and you just couldn't put balls away as easily. So you had to be a little more creative on opening up the court, on creating the space so that, yeah, even I could put a ball away. And I did every now and then. So you want to open the court with angles. And I'm going to show you a progression of drills with which you can do that. So the target that you want to go for is a ball that bounces, of course, in the singles court and then cuts the singles line and the doubles alley before it passes the baseline, because that is guaranteed to give you a weak reply. So make sure when you see your opponent sliding out, having to get in this court into the green of the court behind the baseline, you want to scoot up a little bit because the other side is way open and you don't want to miss your chance to put the ball away. First drill is just battleship angles in short court. And as you see, all you're trying to do is hit the cones of your partner. It's also a great warm-up drill. You're working on adding spin and getting to the outside of the ball. Second drill, as you see, we put the cones in the middle of our respective halves and you're trying to stay out of the middle. And make sure that you recover all the way back to your bisector of an angle, because a lot of times when people do these kind of drills, they're kind of starting to hang out more in a doubles position rather than a singles position. Don't give them the same ball twice. And one great tool to accomplish that is to mix it up. You can add more spin, you can hit it flatter, or you can slice it. And what you're doing with that is you're messing with your opponent's rhythm. Because, for instance, a slice usually sits lower. It usually is a little slower and it has a completely different spin. If somebody wants to roll over that ball, they have to work extra hard to overcome that slice, that backspin. First drill to work on mixing things up is one partner can slice only, even on forehands, and the other partner has to hit everything with topspin. And then, of course, you're switching that up and change roles. The second drill is that one partner, in this case, this is me here in the foreground, is hitting whatever ball they want, and your partner on the other side has to hit the opposite spin. So if I'm hitting topspin, Mo in the back has to slice. If I slice, Mo has to hit topspin. Who wants to hit every ball from back here? The short answer is no one. So nobody really wants to come from a regular rally position, having to move back, hit the ball back, come forward, so on and so forth. They're going to do it a couple of times, but they're probably not going to be ready to really do that for 3 sets if you are willing to buckle down. I'm talking about outright moonball sometimes, especially when you're playing defense. When you're being pulled out wide, hit a moonball. Nobody cares. We're not out of here to win the point purdy. We're out here to win the points, period. And a moonball qualifies sometimes as a great defensive play. The other times that you want to hit a higher ball, you're using heavy topspin. The bounce is extremely fast. Off the bounce. There's a lot of action on the ball, and the balls most likely, if you're hitting it well, go above somebody's shoulder. If they're not willing to move back or hit a higher risk play, moving up and taking them on the rise. So it's a great tactical measure to drive somebody absolute batty. So this is a fun one here. Brings back some memories of junior days. In this drill, you're trying to push your opponent off the baseline with high, heavy balls, but you have to come forward to the baseline again and touch it, because otherwise you're getting stuck in the back fence. Of course, you can just set out cones, try to hit deeper Then the cones. In this drill, we're making it one step tougher. You have to alternate forehands and backhands. So you hit one forehand, and then no matter what, you have to step around, hit a backhand, so that you're not just favoring your forehand.
Now, what's the last thing that you can work with? Depth. And if you're playing heavy topspin, you automatically will get more depth because you have a higher net clearance, the ball lands deeper in the court, and it stays in because of the topspin. But I'm not just talking about moving people back. I'm also talking about using, again, angles because they have different depths of the court, but also the drop shot. The drop shot is such a fantastic tool, and you know, it's fantastic to see when somebody starts getting to some drop shots, but then over the duration of the match, they're not even trying anymore. So the drop shot is a fantastic tool, and here's a drill for it. So if you're doing all these things, A, you're going to get completely into your opponent's head, and B, you may get what I consider the best compliment I have ever received when I played, and that was somebody yelling, "She's not doing anything." And you know what? I beg to differ. I did enough to really make you mess up. And you know what? Whether you hit a winner or you're making them miss, shows up the same on the scoreboard. So let's get out there and mess with them.